So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give you 3 easy ways to think about fractions. Okay, so if fractions have been stressing you out or you've been confused, this is going to be a great way to kind of think about the whole world of fractions. I'm also going to give you 2 bonus tips. Now, this isn't going to be a complete full lesson on everything you need to know about fractions, but I'm going to cover a lot of ground here, but we're going to stick to nice kind of basic problems so you can kind of get the main ideas here. So we're going to be talking about multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. Now, of course, when you learn about fractions, there's other things you need to know, like how to find the LCD, how to reduce, etc., how to change a decimal into a fraction and vice versa. We'll kind of table that stuff off to the side here for a second. But here's what I want to do. I want to get you to be able to do these 4 basic math operations with fractions, okay, without confusing them or finding any difficulty with them, especially when we're going to be talking about the LCD. All right, so let's go ahead and get started right now. Okay, so here I kind of broke this up into 3 steps. So I said 3 things right in the beginning of this video, and here are the 3 things. So the first thing that I want you to kind of understand is multiplication and division are basically going to be doing pretty much the same thing. If you can multiply fractions, you will be able to divide fractions. Okay, so the first step we're going to do, or I'm going to show you here, is how to multiply fractions. This is super easy, and dividing fractions is very easy as well. And basically, what we're going to do here is kind of learn one procedure. I'll talk more about this in a second, but I'm going to get you to understand. Here we have 4 math operations, right? 1, 2, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So here I'm going to show you how easy it is to multiply and divide, and you're going to be 50% there, right? You're going to half the things you need to know about fractions, you will be able to say like, wow, that's so easy. Now, here is where it gets more interesting for students. We're going to be talking about adding and subtracting. So this is the third thing, okay? Now, some of you might be saying, well, why isn't this like 3 and 4? Well, here's the deal, okay? Adding and subtracting fractions, you're basically doing the same thing. So if you know how to add fractions, you effectively know how to subtract fractions. And this is the area right here where students tend to struggle, because this is where you have to find, oftentimes you're going to have to find the lowest common denominator. And then students just don't like that. They don't understand that, the lowest common multiple, etc. But guess what? I'm going to show you a method to add and subtract fractions that you don't have to know how to deal with the LCD. So you're going to love this. It's a little like math hack. It's probably one of the best things to know in mathematics. So I'm going to show you this right here. So again, we're going to learn 3 things that are going to cover all these 4 math operations. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the first thing, and of course that is multiplying fractions. All right, so here is the first thing you need to know: how to multiply fractions. So how do you multiply fractions? Well, it is super easy. All we need to do is multiply the respective numerators and denominators. So just to be clear, let's take a fraction like 2/5. This top number up here is called the numerator, and this bottom number down here is called the denominator. I'm sorry, the bottom number is the denominator, and the top number is the numerator. Okay? All right, so hopefully you knew that. So to multiply fractions, it's literally you just multiply the respective numerators and denominators. It is that easy. I mean, this is not that difficult, right? So in this case, 2/5 times 3/4 is going to be 2 times 3, okay, which of course is going to be 6. And then 5 times 4 is 5 times 4, which of course is 20. So this is the correct answer. Now, some of you might be saying, hey, Mr. YouTube Math Man, don't you have to reduce that fraction? Yes, you do, okay? And I'll talk about that in my kind of bonus tips here. All I want you to do is just understand how you multiply fractions, okay? Just multiply the respective numerators and denominators. It is that difficult. As long as you know how to multiply basic numbers, you'll be good to go. But we'll come back and revisit how to reduce a fraction. I'll give you some general kind of guidance on that in just 1 second. Okay, so now that we know how to multiply fractions, let's talk about how to divide fractions. So that's our second thing. All right, so let's take this problem here, 1/3 divided by 4/5. So how do we divide fractions? Well, here is the deal. Okay, we're not going to kind of think of this as a division problem. What we're going to do is turn this problem into a multiplication problem. So we're going to go from division and change this into multiplication, and we already know how to multiply fractions. I just showed you that right up here, okay? So how do we do this though, right? So if we're going to go from division to multiplication, well, here is what you need to do. See this 4/5? The fraction to the right of the division symbol, okay? In this case, it's 4/5. All we're going to do is flip it upside down, okay? And when we do that, this becomes a multiplication problem. All right, so let's just review this real quick here. 1/3 divided by 4/5. We're going to go from division to multiplication, and the way we're going to do that is the fraction to the right. It's always to the right, not to the left, to the right of the division symbol. We're going to flip it upside down, and of course that's 5/4. And so now that we know how to multiply fractions, we're just simply going to go ahead and multiply the respective numerators and denominators. So 1 times 5 is 5, 3 times 4 is 12, and there you go. Okay? All right, so we're already 50% done with everything we need to know about fractions, at least when it comes to the math operations that we're dealing with, right? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. All right, so hopefully, you're like, yeah, this is easy stuff, and it is easy stuff. The deal is a lot of people kind of confuse this, right? They're like, what do I do? I forgot how to do this. So if you can kind of remember kind of the big picture, the way I'm kind of going over it, I think it's going to be very, very helpful. All right, so let's get into this third thing here. Of course, I'm going to give you a couple bonus tips here in a second. So let's talk about adding and subtracting fractions. Now, this is where a lot of students kind of, have some challenges because this is the area where you may have to be dealing with the lowest common denominator. But I want you to kind of think of this as just learning how to add fractions, okay? And I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second, because the way we add fractions and subtract fractions, it is exactly the same procedure. So if you know how to add fractions, you automatically know how to subtract. If you know how to subtract, you automatically know how to add. So let's take a look at a couple quick examples here. So here I have 4/7 plus 1/7. Now, when you're adding or subtracting fractions, the first thing you need to do is compare the denominators. Now, if the denominators are the same number, in this case, if we have a 7 and a 7, you can go ahead and just straight away add these fractions by adding the respective numerators. So in this case, it's 4 and 1. So this would just be 4 plus 1 over that 1/7. So the answer here will be 5/7. Okay, so super easy, right? So the first thing you want to check, addition or subtraction problem involving fractions, is the denominators. Okay, you got to look to see, are these the same? If they are the same, i.e. common denominators, just write that denominator and perform that respective operation in the numerator. 4 plus 1, again, is going to be 5. So this is 5/7. Okay, so this works the same way with subtraction. Same procedure. All right, so here we got 4/7 minus 1/7. Again, 7, the denominators are the same, so we'll keep that. And then here, instead of adding, this is a subtraction problem. This is 4 minus 1. You got to be mindful of this operation. Do this operation with the numerator. So 4 minus 1 is 3. So this is 3/7. Okay, so hopefully you're like, wow, that's super easy as well. Well, now let's get to the fun stuff. Okay, so this is where a lot of students start to kind of grumble. They're like, oh yeah, I got to do this problem. Don't I have to find that thing that called the LCD, the lowest common denominator? I kind of forgot how to do that. And this is a super easy fraction problem, right? A lot of you might be saying, come on, Mr. YouTube Math Man, I could do that. Well, this is great, okay? If you're like, you're pretty good with this. What if I gave you this problem? 2 over 384 plus 1 over 86. Okay, now some of you might just be like, smoke might be coming out of your head. You're like, there's just no way. I'm not even going to do it. I'll just get my calculator, right? So, the denominators can get much, much more interesting. All right, so how you find the lowest common denominator, that is a pretty detailed procedure. but this is stuff you truly still need to understand. Okay, so I'm going to show you a technique to add and subtract fractions without the LCD, because this is just a quick video to help those of you that might be struggling with fractions, just so you can get the right answer. Now, before we go any further, for those of you who want to really master arithmetic, fractions, LCD, percent, decimals, all this basic math, I'm going to strongly suggest that you check out my Math Foundations course. Okay, you can find that at my Math Help program. It's a little mini course, but it will review all these super important concepts that you still need to know. Okay, but let's go ahead and get into how to add and subtract fractions, just so we can get the right answer and not be, dealing with any stress and confusion. All right, so let's take this problem here: 2/3 plus 1/8. Now, some of you might be saying, well, I kind of, remember how to do this. So you're like, what's the lowest common denominator between 3 and 8? A lot of you probably recognize that that is 24. So 24 is the LCD. And what we would need to do is adjust each one of these fractions. Here, I'm kind of showing you a kind of the way to do this problem with the LCD, but that's not kind of my idea. I'm just kind of comparing the methods here so you can kind of understand what's going on, right? So I'd have to multiply the denominator and numerator by 8, and this I'd have to multiply the denominator and numerator by 3. So I'm changing these fractions to 16 over 24 plus 3 over 24 such that they have common denominators. Then I can add the numerator, so our answer is 19 over 24. Now, in order to do this problem, one, you need to recognize that the LCD is 24, and then two, you need to kind of go through all these little, changes to rewrite these fractions. And again, this is a very basic problem. But nevertheless, the answer here, 2/3 plus 1/8, is 19 over 24. Okay, so this is probably the best part of this video. I am going to show you how to add and subtract fractions without even thinking about the lowest common denominator. So this is probably one of my favorite things in mathematics. I call it the bow tie method. So let's see here, I'm going to draw a little stick figure. So a bow tie is something like that. Now some of you might be saying, I bet this guy wears a bow tie. No, I don't wear a bow tie. And if you wear a bow tie, that's pretty cool. So a bow tie, this kind of has this pattern like this, right? So here's a bow tie. So I want you to think this pattern like so. It's not exactly this pattern, but it looks kind of like this. So let me show you this bow tie technique to add and subtract fractions without even thinking about the LCD. Let's go ahead and get into this right now. Okay, so here is our problem, 2/3 plus 1/8. So you're going to follow this very, very specific pattern, okay? So let me go ahead and show it to you now. So step one is we're going to multiply across. We're going to you see I kind of have this blue arrow. This is the first thing we're going to do. We're going to take 8, this denominator, whatever this is, and multiply across this way. This is your first step, not any other direction. So you got to do this in a very specific order. So 8 times 2 is what? 16. Okay, so that's the first thing we're going to do. We're kind of building our numerator. So it's going to be 8 times 2. In this case, it's 16. Now, this is an addition problem, so we're going to put plus. Now, the second step is we're going to multiply across this way. 3 times 1 is what? Well, that's 3. Okay, so again, 8 times 2 is 16 plus 3 times 1 is 3. That is our numerator. And then our last step is we're simply going to multiply across with the denominators. 3 times 8 is 24. And then let's just clean this up. 16 plus 3 is 19 over 24. That is the answer. Doesn't that look pretty familiar to this answer right here? 19 over 24. It is the exact same answer. And all I had to do is follow this specific bow tie pattern. 1, 2, 3. And this works with subtraction as well. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at this problem. So again, you got to follow the very specific technique. Now, if you're looking at this, some of you out there might have been, before this video, it might be like, I got to find the LCD. I know the LCD. I think it's 21. I got to change this, all this stuff. Again, you could just go right into this bow tie method and be like, okay, this times this. So 3 times 2, remember that's their first step. 3 times 2 is 6. This is a subtraction problem. Minus 7 times 5 is 35. That's our numerator. Over 7 times 3 is 21. Now, you got to be super careful anytime you see subtraction in mathematics. there's always a possibility of having a negative number. So here, 6 minus 35 is not 29, that's negative 29. Okay, so you got to be very cautious with that as well. Okay, so again, when you see subtraction, be very mindful. So anyways, this is negative 29 over 21. Okay, so there is three things, okay? And if you remember those three main ideas I just gave you, you'll be able to add, subtract, okay? How we're going to do this with the bow tie method, and multiply and divide, because this is super easy. I mean, there you go, right? So that covers like the bulk of stuff that you're going to run into in terms of basic fraction operations. Now, let me give you a couple bonus tips here. So some of you might be saying, oh, okay, but what about this? What about that? Well, again, I can't possibly cover every single aspect of things you need to know about fractions, but this is a lot of ground that I'm covering here. So here's the first thing. What if you're dealing with mixed numbers? So this is a mixed number fraction, and you have something like 3 and 2/5 plus 1 and 1/3. Okay, what about this situation? How do I do the bow tie method with this? Well, here's what you need to do. Anytime you have a mixed number fraction, convert all those into an improper fraction. Now remember how you do that is you go 5 times 3, in that case it's 15, and they're going to add this number plus 2, that's 17 over 5, all right? So hopefully you remember how to convert a mixed number into an improper fraction. So again, these are some things that, of course, you need to kind of, review as well. But just as a kind of general rule, when you see a mixed number fraction, just convert it into an improper fraction. Again, 5 times 3, 15, plus 2, 17 over 5. Now you have a lovely improper fraction that you can work with, whether it's the bow tie method or if you are multiplying or dividing fractions. So that's bonus tip number 1. And bonus tip number 2 is just a quick review on reducing fractions. So remember, one of the first problems that I did, we ended up with, I think this was the answer, or something like this, 16 over 20. I don't want to go back and look at it because that's not the main point. But I did talk about you need to reduce your answers when it comes to fractions. So how do you reduce? Well, the easiest way to think about reducing a fraction is to think about factors of each of these numbers. So 16, in other words, factors are like what two numbers can you multiply together such that you get back to this number, right? These numbers are what we call factors of this number here. So 16, there's 2 times 8, that's 16. But we can have all different sorts of factors. 4 times 4 gives us 16, okay? Well, how about 20? Well, 4 times 5 are factors of 20. And the main idea here is that you want to factor each of these and you want each of these respective numbers in the numerator and denominator. You want to factor these, and you're looking for common factors, okay? Factors that are the same in the numerator and denominator. And see, in this case, we have a 4 up here, 1 4. We have only 1 4 down here, so we have 2 4s up here, so we have 1 4 to 1 4. We don't have 2 4s to 2 4s, just 1 4 to 1 4. So when we identify common factors or the exact same factors, we can just get rid of them, okay? Cross cancel them, and we're left with this, okay? Whatever's remaining is that fraction reduced. In this case, it's 4/5. Okay, so if this video helped you out, don't forget to like and subscribe. And with that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your mathematics adventures. Thank you for your time, and have a great day.